Welcome back to our channel, Soap Opera Fanatic. Today is a beautiful, drama-filled day to dive deep into the absolute chaos unfolding in Genoa City. We have so much explosive material to unpack right now, so grab your favorite snack, get comfortable, and let's get straight into the madness that just hit our screen. I cannot believe they just did that to Billy Abbott. I am literally shaking right now because this latest episode was an absolute rollercoaster of emotions, and I just desperately need to get this out of my system. I mean, are we actually witnessing the complete and total psychological destruction of Billy all over again? Because it sure as hell feels like it. I'm sorry, but watching him get completely blindsided by not one, but two of the most important women in his life on the exact same day is just unnecessarily cruel. And the way he exploded? Pure, unadulterated soap opera gold, but also incredibly tragic to watch. I am typing this furiously late at night because my mind is racing and I just have to know if anyone else is screaming at their television screens the way I am right now. React first, explain later, right? Okay, so Billy finally uncovers the massive, dark secret Jill has been hiding at Chancellor. And what is it? It's not just a passing preference for Kane Ashby. No, it is a calculated, long-term, deeply entrenched plan to completely sideline her own flesh and blood and elevate Kane to the absolute pinnacle of power. A secret inheritance clause and a long-term strategy to phase Billy out? Are you kidding me? After everything Billy has done to try and prove himself, to try and step up and be the man she wants him to be, Jill basically wrote him off. She handed the keys to the kingdom to the guy who isn't even her biological son. I mean, I get that Kane and Jill have history, but to actively plot against Billy like this? It's a knife straight to the heart. And wait, I'm getting ahead of myself because I need to talk about Jill's history as a mother first. Remember when they tried this kind of corporate backstabbing with Victor and his kids? Yeah, didn't work then either. It just breeds massive resentment. Jill has always played favorites, but this is a whole new level of betrayal. The sheer look of devastation on Billy's face when he realized his own mother had been orchestrating his downfall from behind the scenes was heartbreaking. He has spent his entire adult life craving Jill's approval, begging for her to see him as a capable leader, and she just spits in his face with this secret plan. And to make Kane the golden boy? Kane, who has his own massive closet full of skeletons and financial misdeeds? It is absolutely infuriating. But it gets worse. So much worse. Because just when Billy is reeling from his mother's ultimate betrayal, Sally Spectra decides this is the perfect, most opportune moment to drop her own massive bombshell. Sally confesses to Billy about her secret deal with Adam Newman. Yes, that Adam Newman. She tells Billy that she made a backdoor agreement to sell Newman Media back to Adam to protect Spectra Charles from Victor's wrath. I can't even process the timing of this. I mean, Sally girl, I love you, I really do, but read the room. Billy's world is actively collapsing, his heart is shattered on the floor, and you tell him you've been secretly conspiring with his ultimate rival? And you didn't tell him until now? So, obviously, Billy completely snaps. And honestly, I kinda don't blame him. Because in Billy's fragile, currently shattering mind, this isn't just two separate betrayals. Oh no. This is a massive, coordinated conspiracy to destroy him. He thinks Jill and Sally are somehow cosmically aligned to tear him down. He is looking at his mother, who just stripped him of his corporate legacy, and his fiancée, who just made a secret pact with a Newman, and his brain just completely short-circuit. He literally thinks everyone is out to get him. Am I the only one who felt a chill go down my spine when Billy's eyes went completely dead and paranoid? It was like watching a horrific train wreck in slow motion and being completely unable to look away. And then came the boardroom scene. Oh my god, the boardroom scene. I was literally standing up in my living room, cheering and cringing at the same time. Billy marches into the Chancellor board meeting like an absolute hurricane of vengeance. He doesn't just make a scene, he declares all-out, scorched earth war on Jill and Kane. He stands there in front of everyone, the board, the executives, the press, and exposes Jill's bias and her fraudulent, secret maneuvering. He lays it all out on the mahogany table, airing the family's dirty laundry for the entire corporate world to see. It was magnificent television, But it was also so incredibly destructive. He goes straight for Kane's throat. Billy tries to orchestrate an immediate, hostile coup to oust Kane from his newly appointed CEO position. He is throwing out accusations, screaming about loyalty, and completely ignoring the fact that he is actively damaging the family company in the process. Because Billy doesn't care about Chancellor Industries anymore. He only cares about making Jill and Kane hurt exactly the way he is hurting. He wants to burn the entire empire to the ash if he can't be the one to rule it. And Kane? Kane just sits there with that smug, defensive look on his face, which only makes Billy angrier. I wanted to reach through the screen and smack that look right off Kane's face myself. I've been watching this show since 2015, and this is honestly one of the most intense psychological breaks they've written for Billy. Remember when he went off the deep end with his podcast, hiding in the shadows and chewing gum while plotting against Victor and Adam? Yeah, that was child's play compared to this. This isn't just a quirky rebellion, this is a man whose foundational pillars of trust have been completely obliterated. His mother betrayed him. His pregnant fiancée lied to him about dealing with a Newman. He is spiraling into a dark, dark place, and I am genuinely terrified for what he's going to do next. We are seeing the cracks form in real time. I know some people are loving this drama and saying Billy deserves it for being so distracted lately, but personally, I think it's deeply tragic. And let's talk about Sally for a second. She thought she was doing the right thing. She made that deal with Adam because Victor was actively trying to destroy her business, and she is pregnant. She recently had severe stomach pains and bleeding. She didn't want the stress to cause a miscarriage. She was protecting their unborn child. But Billy can't see that. Billy is so blinded by his own massive ego and his deep-seated hatred for the Newmans that he views Sally's survival tactic as a direct, personal attack. He thinks she chose Adam over him. Actually, wait, am I being too hard on Billy? Sometimes I contradict myself because I just feel so bad for him. I mean, if my partner went behind my back to make a deal with my worst enemy, I'd probably lose my mind too. But to think Sally is in cahoots with Jill, that is pure paranoia talking. It's the double whammy that really pushes him over the edge. If it had just been Jill, maybe Sally could have talked him down. If it had just been Sally, maybe Jill could have. Well, Jill wouldn't have helped, but you know what I mean. But both of them? The two women who are supposed to be his ultimate support system? It validates every deep-seated insecurity Billy Abbott has ever had. It tells him that he is not enough. Not enough for his mother to trust with her legacy, and not enough for his fiancée to trust with the truth. So of course he explodes. Of course he wants to tear Kane down. And Jill's reaction during the boardroom confrontation? Ice cold. She didn't even flinch. She just looked at Billy with this sheer disappointment, like he was a petulant child throwing a tantrum instead of a grown man whose heart was breaking. How can a mother be so ruthless? I get that business is business, but this is your son. You don't secretly plot to replace him with Kane Ashby, and then act surprised when he burns the boardroom down. Jill created this monster. She pushed Billy into this psychological crisis, and now she has to deal with the fallout. So what's going to happen next? I am dreading it, but I am also completely here for it. Billy is going to go on a massive warpath. I predict he is going to team up with someone equally unhinged to take Chancellor down. Maybe he'll try to leverage Nate's recent discovery about Kane's shady financial. Oh my gosh, yes. Nate found that evidence of Kane's illegal transactions, and if Billy gets his hands on that, Kane is finished. Billy will use it to absolutely destroy Kane and humiliate Jill. But at what cost? He's going to lose Sally in the process if he isn't careful. Because Sally is not going to stick around for a man who is actively losing his mind to paranoia. She is pregnant and needs stability, not a fiancé who thinks she's part of a grand conspiracy against him. Billy's psychological crisis is the real story here. He is fracturing. We are seeing the return of the dark, self-destructive Billy Abbott, and I don't know if anyone can save him this time. Jack is entirely consumed by the Patty Williams nightmare and Diane's kidnapping drama, so he can't pull his brother back from the ledge. Billy is completely and utterly alone in his own mind. I need to breathe. This episode was a masterpiece of tension, But it leaves us with so many terrifying questions. Will Billy's war on Chancellor cost him his family? Will Kane actually end up in prison when the truth about his finances comes out? And how is Sally going to survive this corporate and emotional crossfire while carrying Billy's child? I am exhausted, but I cannot wait for tomorrow's episode. Okay, I'm done venting for now. Let me know if you guys are as stressed out about Billy's spiral as I am in the comments.